This segment brought to you by Kansas Regenerative Medicine. Your stem cells, your health, your life.
Hi friends, I'm Ernie Rodina and you're watching AGam in Kansas. I'm here in Kansas City, here at the beautiful Silvertooth Stables, just outside of Kansas City. And we're here with Dr. Kerby Weaver, who's with Boehringer Ingelheim. And we're going to talk vaccinations today, Doc.
You bet.
Why is it so important to vaccinate these horses?
It's the most affordable insurance you can have for your horse. A lot of these diseases we're protecting against are deadly diseases. So they're spread, a lot of them are spread by mosquitoes. And you can't keep the mosquitoes from your horse, but we should be able to protect your horse from the virus.
One disease comes to mind that put everybody on edge a few years back started, and that's West Nile. And some data showed there was like 400 horses that had West Nile, and the end result of that's not very good. But the thing that was really caught my attention is not one of them was vaccinated for West Nile.
Yeah, and that data is just from this past year in 2016, where they had almost 400 cases of West Nile. You add in Eastern equine encephalitis, that's another 100 horses. So you have over 500 horses that could have been protected from these diseases. It's easily preventable with proper vaccinations.
Doc, sometimes when your horse gets a disease, it can cause secondary complications to come in with your horse. Am I correct on that?
Right. We know that some of these infectious diseases can lead to or contribute to inflammatory airway disease, which can be a chronic, ongoing problem for performance horses.
You know, and it's so our industry's got so many resources to go find out more information about vaccinating your horses and things like that. Tell me some that you might recommend.
I think a real good one is the Equine Disease Communication Center. So the equinediseasecc.org, where you can follow up-to-date outbreak information. You can follow them with their email alerts. You can follow them on Twitter and Facebook.
If you want information, it's there.
You bet. There's tons of resources, including VeteraVaccines.com also.
Great one. And you know, what I want to ask you a little bit about, you know, is people think, well, one vaccine is the same as the other. That's not the case.
No, all vaccines are not created equal. You need to be looking for the most current, the most up-to-date vaccine strains available.
And with doing that, you can find that out and work with your local vet from that standpoint and getting you on the right program. And you know, it is also a fact, I don't care what vaccine, sometimes your horse can get a reaction.
Yeah, same if you or I were going to get a vaccine, they'd tell us we might have some redness, we might have some soreness, you may even have a low-grade fever. Same is true for your horse. You can have a little swelling in the neck, you can have a low-grade fever. We know that that can be related to the vaccine having a response in the horse.
And you know, not only a horse can be, sometimes with these diseases, be fatal, but if you don't vaccinate the horses, they get sick, there's some other cost factors that come into play for that horseman out there, putting that horse out of commission and from that standpoint.
Absolutely. You have loss of training time, you have costs of treatment, and just the heartache of worrying about your horse.
Now, as far as working with getting on a good vaccination program, we would recommend you get in touch with your local veterinarian, work with them from that standpoint. Folks, thanks so much for tuning in to AGam in Kansas, and make sure you tune in every week to a new episode. We had a great time with Dr. Kerby Weaver. I hope you come back again, Doc.
Thanks, Ernie. Good to be here.
Thank you.
Tarwater Farm and Home has been family owned and operated since its beginning in 1978. What you need for farm and agriculture, lawn and garden, clothing and footwear, and so much more. You'll be surprised at what you'll find in this huge store. They have what you need and lots of it. So come take a look. You'll discover that customer service is first and foremost. Always has been with the Tarwaters. Tarwater Farm and Home, 4107 North Topeka Boulevard.